Enhance your experience by becoming a supporting member. Gain access to unseen videos and video requests. 3-day free trial by visiting zionmembership.com. Chosen ones, empaths. After enduring narcissistic abuse from the narcissist that was involved in your life, regardless of how the situationship ended, if it was through a discard or it was through a reverse discard or you cut them off because they become too toxic, either or, right? It doesn't really matter. Like, a lot of, maybe not all, but a lot of victims of abuse, of narcissistic abuse, find themselves immediately after feeling huge amounts of loneliness, right? They experience huge bouts of loneliness. And the thing is that when you say loneliness, right, you think of someone being alone, right? But the fact of the matter is the victim of abuse could be surrounded by people. They could have a large friendship network, a big family, right? But they still feel this loneliness, right? And there's one thing I want to bring to your attention is there's a difference between being lonely, right? Loneliness and alone, right? And this is what you will discover on your journey of healing, right? What you will discover on your journey of healing is it's going to naturally happen, right? I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen in a week or so. Everyone is going to experience it at different rates of time. But you're going to become more comfortable in your own surroundings. And this is a vital, crucial point that you need to realize is going to happen, right? Because you're faced with, perhaps you're faced with people who do not understand. Maybe your family don't understand. Maybe your friends don't understand. You start to rely on yourself more. You stop talking about it to people who don't understand. You find a community on YouTube, or you read books, or you speak to a therapist. You find other means to express yourself about the pain you endured. And you begin to build this close-knitted relationship with yourself. And this is what I want you to advise you to focus on, right? Building this relationship by yourself. Being comfortable in your surroundings. And when I mean surroundings, I don't just mean the confines of your home, but being comfortable in your surroundings of yourself, right? Like being comfortable with the feelings you're experiencing, being comfortable also in your home, being comfortable in your place in the world, right? Being satisfied with where you're at in the world. I don't want you to be despairing, like in despair, letting this take a toll on you, right? You know, some people, some empaths and chosen ones get caught up in the cycle, you know? They might go from a romantic relationship that was narcissistic to a toxic friendship in this cycle, or they might go from one romantic relationship to another romantic relationship and they get caught up in this cycle. And this is why I'm advising you take a refractory period, right? A time of enjoying your own company, right? Being comfortable in your own surroundings. Enjoying the time you have with yourself to heal, right? And the longer that you do this, I think that eventually when the time does come that you partake in relationships of whatever kind, friend, family member, colleague, associate, romantic partner, whatever type of relationship you endeavor in, I feel like if you take this necessary time away, and you've heard me discuss this before if you've watched some of my other videos, but if you take this time away from toxic situations, not just toxic situations, but people who don't understand, if you take a back step, stop explaining yourself to people who don't understand, stop worrying what people view you as, right? And enjoy your own company, enjoy your own time by yourself, and build this relationship with yourself. as I said, you might have a big network around you of friends and family, and they don't understand. Or you might have a small network around you who don't understand. Either. Or you might be on your own. And this is what I'm saying. If you are on your own, right, and you don't have people around you, perhaps because they didn't understand and you've distanced yourself from them, or perhaps you're in a season of isolation, I want you to enjoy this and live up to its potential. Like, you can achieve so much through the season of isolation. So much. Please press the like and the subscribe button. Help me, brother, right? It'll take 2 seconds of your time. Thank you. I'm sure if I check my notes, I made a video. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I made a video. Don't despair. You're alone just for a season. And this is what, if you want to check that out, and there was another video that was just on the tip of my mind. It was talking about the purpose, right? Through this season of isolation, when you are alone, right? You'll start to have this relationship with yourself where you're like, that you feel so comfortable in your own surroundings. You feel so comfortable in your spirit, in your soul, that it feels kind of uncomfortable if someone was going to come and take away your peace. Like, you start to view, especially, unless it's a sustainable relationship, someone who's empathetic, loving, loyal and kind and generous, in whichever type of relationship it is you're going to be involved in, friend, family member, colleague, romantic partner, associate, you start to view, entering into relationships as rather unsettling, because you're so comfortable in your own skin, you're so comfortable in your surroundings, you're so comfortable in your soul and your spirit, that you realize that unless this is the real deal, right? Someone's the real deal. They're genuine, they're kind, they're honest, there's reciprocity, there's reciprocation. That's the only way it's going to work, right? And anything that doesn't meet that mark, you just don't even endeavor in it, So if you do, if you do, say, meet someone, a friend or romantic partner, potential romantic partner, and you're conversing, and then you start to notice some signs, just back away, just distance yourself. Don't feel the desperation and no, that's the wrong word. Don't feel the necessity to keep endeavoring in something that's not good for your soul, because you've learned the lesson from that mistake already, right? You may have given this narcissist that was involved in your life too many chances. You may have kept detaching and then reattaching with them. Maybe they apologize. I don't know. Maybe you gave them too many chances. But this is why I'm saying this time around, when you are about to, after you've gone through your season of isolation, just like how the caterpillar goes into the cocoon and then becomes a beautiful butterfly. This is this refractory period. This is this season of isolation I'm talking about that will happen with you. You go into your cocoon, you're comfortable in your own surroundings, you're comfortable in yourself, you're filling yourself with self-love, self-care, and then you emerge as a beautiful butterfly, right? And then you're ready to take on the world with your wings, right? It's just a metaphor, but you can extract knowledge from nature. You can extract knowledge from animals. You can extract knowledge, like I've mentioned before, about the lone wolf. People always talk about the lone wolf, but the lone wolf is only alone until it finds its pack. The lone wolf is not alone forever. The lone wolf separates from the herd, right? Separates from the ones, and it makes its own pack, which is what you'll do, right? You go through this season of isolation, and then you'll find your pack in whichever type that is, whether it's a group of friends, whether it's a romantic partner and you build a family, whatever type it is, you know? So don't despair. Learn, look, for those that are fresh out, you know, you're in hurt, you're in pain, and I should have probably addressed this earlier because perhaps you haven't even got to this stage in the video, but you're in hurt, you're in pain, you feel betrayed, you know, you find it hard to trust. This is why you need to focus on yourself. Fill yourself with self-love, because no one, I don't believe, it's just a theory, but I don't believe no one can love you as much as you love yourself. And the more you love yourself, the more you respect yourself, the more you build this bond with yourself, then when you partake in any type of relationship, you know what to expect. And people that miss the mark or don't live up to potential or don't live up to expectations, you just distance yourself from them. You just phase it off of them. You cut them off. You know, it's not worth your time. It's not worth the hassle, right? It's not, you know? So, you know, don't fall into the pattern of what many chosen ones and empaths and even regular people fall into the pattern of going from toxic relationship to toxic relationship to toxic relationship, right? Take some time out for yourself. Don't despair. Don't think that time's running out. Don't let that enter your mind. That's a negative. That's negative energy. That's low vibrational frequencies. That's coming from the enemy. However you want to look at it as, it's your brain playing tricks on you. It's making you feel like time's running out. You know, each day's a new day, right? And I've said this many, many times before, but I spoke to a survivor and their father was in a narcissistic abusive relationship for 30 years. So that's 3 decades, right? In a narcissistic abusive relationship. And he found his soulmate in his 70s and now they travel the world together. So this is what I'm saying. It's never too late for you, right? And 70 is not just the cutoff point, you know. You can find someone, but just be careful about who you select. It's all about having a meticulous vetting process in how you select someone, right? Otherwise, it's better to be on your own, you know? There's no point going through another traumatic experience with another individual. It's better being alone than going through that all over again, right? So, for those that are still fresh, you know, and fresh doesn't mean a couple of weeks or a couple of days. You know, you could have been out of this for a year and it's still fresh. You know, I'll call that still fresh, right? So just practice building your self-love. Practice being comfortable in your own surroundings. Being comfortable, building this relationship with yourself. Treating yourself like a guest. Treating yourself well, right? Filling yourself with so much self-love. All this energy that you put into this parasite, dusty weirdo, the narcissist that was involved in your life, all that energy, put that into yourself. You know? All that energy that you put that into yourself and you will move mountains, you know? You will move mountains, putting that energy into yourself, putting that love into yourself. Be proud of yourself. You made it through, right? And the further that you go on the healing journey, the further that you take this advice into your stride, you know, it's going to get easier and easier and easier. And you're going to get to the point, as I say, after narcissistic abuse, you'll reach the point of indifference on the healing journey, where you no longer care about the narcissist. You no longer care what the narcissist is doing. You no longer care what you just don't care. You reach the point of indifference. And then, you know, you actually be so comfortable in your own surroundings and so comfortable in this relationship you have with yourself. It's kind of like you don't even see it plausible to be in a relationship with someone that doesn't meet the mark, you know? Anyone that's going to be toxic, anyone that doesn't show you common decency, empathy, genuine kindness, love, you know, you don't even see yourself affiliating with those types of people. And that's where I want you to get to through the healing journey, because this is what will happen. This is how it will play out. So aim for the point of indifference, where you no longer care. If you have that objective in mind, aiming for the point of indifference, where you no longer care, where you don't care what the narcissist is doing, and you reach that point, that's a very, very, very powerful moment in your healing journey, reaching the point of indifference, right? You don't want revenge. You don't have any hatred. You're not harboring any hate. You reach the point of indifference. It's a remarkable place to be on your healing journey. So look out for that along your healing journey. Some of you may be there. Some of you may not be there. But as I always say, chosen ones and empaths, you're all heading in the same direction. You're heading in the path of healing, right? So aim for indifference, and then aim. Then after that, I believe you reach the point of being so comfortable in your own surroundings that you will not tolerate any cybertoxicity from anyone, you know? And by you having this meticulous vetting process, by not allowing parasites into your life, right? Then you will find solid relationships, whether it's friendships, family, building your own family, romantic partners. You'll find sustainable, great relationships with people because you have this meticulous vetting process. You're not blinded anymore, you're awake. So anyway, thank you for watching today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can find the link in the description box. And if you'd like a one-to-one session with myself, you can also find the link in the description box. Currently, I've got the secondary channel, spiritual channel. Enhance your experience by becoming a supporting member. Gain access to unseen videos and video requests. 3-day free trial by visiting zionmembership.com. So anyway, be back with another video soon. Peace.